Assistant Sheriff, Los Angeles County. I know I'm not revealing any confidences when I tell you that love can make people do surprising things. Occasionally, it drives them to an extreme that requires action by our office. This is one of those times. Basically, the story of three people, a mother and two handsome young men, all of them loving the same beautiful girl.
Mom, coming. Hey, did you go swimming or skiing? Both. Chuck had an accident. You okay? Oh, sure. You all right? Yeah, nobody was hurt, but poor Chuck. His boat's almost ruined.
Well, maybe you'll pay a little more attention to Bill.
Mom, not today.
Okay, go ahead. Marry Chuck. Give up your career. And you'll wind up like me, hustling 2-bit bowls of chowder.
I'm not going to marry anybody yet. No cream. Never be a star with hips like mine. Never be a bride either. Oh, Mom, please.
You know, if Bill was 10 years older, I'd marry him myself.
Because he's rich?
Now, that's a terrible thing to say about any young man. Why is it at 20 it's vulgar to marry for money? At 45, it's impossible. And here comes Bill Dalhart now.
Hi, Pat. Coffee, please.
Where's Chuck?
He's still trying to see if the boat can be repaired.
Can it?
That's another subject I'm not an expert on. Thanks. Say, Pat, I'm writing a script about show business back in the 30s.
Was that for the antique theater?
Tell me, did you ever play on the road?
Sure, twice. First show opened up in New Haven and went to Boston. Second one opened in Philly and died there.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
No, I mean, that's the situation in my script. You see, a musical opens out of town and never gets to Broadway. Tell me, what was it like the night the notice went up in Philadelphia?
The morgue. With makeup. Hey, did you write in a part for Marge?
Mother.
Well, that stale agent doesn't get you any jobs.
I keep writing the same part for Marge. She keeps saying no.
Try her sometime when she comes down off Cloud 7.
Can we talk about something interesting?
We are.
Chuck, how's the boat?
Shot. Can any of those marine repair places fix it?
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
How much is a new boat?
$400.
Maybe if you got your old job back.
Look, Marge, I'm through being a lifeguard.
She only asked a question. You can answer like
Okay, Mom, forget it.
I'll get the money, Marge. I don't know how, but I'll get it.
I see. Hold on a minute.
Morning, Lieutenant.
I'm glad I caught you. Some woman by the name of Bentley just called in. She wants to see you.
Bentley?
Mm-hmm. Says she runs a chowder bowl over on the pier.
Oh, sure. She fed me many a day when I was a lifeguard.
She's waiting at her motel.
I'm sorry she bothered you, Lieutenant. I'll go by tonight on my way to...
Oh, now, wait a minute. This isn't a social call. She wants to see you about a letter she got.
Oh, what kind of a letter?
Extortion. Yeah.
Well, you did the right thing in coming to us instead of paying.
That's what I am. Smartest little mother in the world. Hey, wait till I put this thing away, huh? I took Marge to the movies the other night. One of the pictures was about blackmail. I'm wise. I've been around. I told Marge, blackmail's corny, old-fashioned, doesn't happen anymore. That's the kind of a genius I am.
May I see the letter?
Oh, sure. Grab a chair. First, you gotta promise not to let Marge know. Well, why the letter was sent. Whoever wrote it wants $500 or he'll tell Marge about her father. Well, you see, I was a chorus girl in a nightclub in New York when we were married. And he was arrested about a week later on our honeymoon. And a month after Marge was born, he died in the electric chair.
I thought he was killed in a smash-up.
Yeah, everybody does, including Marge. I kept figuring I'd tell her sometime, but I just never had the nerve.
She's old enough to know.
Oh, you don't know Marge. She'll never be old enough. I've tried to toughen her up. Great little job I did there, too.
Where's Marge now?
Oh, at the cafe. I told her I was sick. Oh, wait a minute now. You haven't promised.
We'll try to keep it from her. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Does anybody else know about your late husband?
No, nobody.
Somebody does.
Well, all I know is I never...
Go on.
3 or 4 years ago, when you and Chuck were lifeguards... Oh, it couldn't be him. He wouldn't do a thing like this.
How does Chuck know?
Well, a couple of years ago, one of those true crime magazines, you know, had a story about Marge's father. The Interrupted Honeymoon, they called it. They printed a picture of me, too, a newspaper picture of 20 years ago.
And Chuck saw that magazine.
Yeah. I changed our name when we moved out here and dyed my hair so nobody'd recognize me. A lot of good that did me. Today, Marge looks exactly as I did then.
Oh, I see.
I tried to laugh it off with Chuck, you know? But the story had told about our little girl being born, and Chuck knew Marge's birthday. Oh, but I hate to think it could be him.
It could be anybody. They sold plenty of copies of that magazine.
Yeah, but who else knows I never told Marge? Oh, even so, it couldn't be Chuck.
When will Marge be back?
7:30, 8 o'clock, depends on business.
Get rid of her. Send her someplace, any place.
Why?
If my chief goes along with it, we'll follow the instructions in the letter and set up some kind of a trap for later. See you later.
Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Well, hi, Bill. Coffee?
Please. You know, there should be television and newsreel cameras around here.
Why? What's going on?
Well, our first breakfast alone. A little more public than I had planned, but
You can't have everything.
I don't want everything. I just want you.
First, I want to be somebody.
How about being Mrs. William Dalhart III?
The third?
Oh, didn't you know? I'm the gray sheep in a long line of illustrious profit-making ventures.
I bet they'd love having a second-rate unemployed actress in the family.
You couldn't be second-rate at anything.
Thank you, kind sir.
Marge, I love you.
I know that, Bill. You know my mother. She wants me to be a star so bad she can taste it. I can't quit without trying.
Your mother told me about the annual summer romance with Chuck. That's not for you. Or for him either, probably.
Why not?
Because in a couple of years, Chuck will be too old to work at Sun Valley in the winter and teach people how to water ski in the summer. What happens when the Rose Bowl clippings turn yellow? You say, Chuck Conway. People say, who?
At least they won't say I married him for his money.
Or his talent.
Now, that's not fair.
Fair? Honey, being fair is for the losers. When I want something real bad, I get it. Then I worry about morals.
How's it going, Webster?
Well, we've got a suspect.
Well, don't look so sad.
He's a friend of mine. We played football together, Chuck Conway.
Has he got a record?
He's not that kind of a guy, Lieutenant.
Now, wait a minute. There's no such thing as he's not that kind of a guy. Why is he a suspect?
Well, according to Mrs. Bentley, he's the only one that knows about her late husband.
What's Conway doing these days?
He started a water ski school. His boat cracked up yesterday, and he needs money badly.
How about the lab reports?
I just got them. No fingerprints on them except Mrs. Bentley's.
It's par for the course.
The words were clipped from the shopping news and pasted onto a page from a cheap writing tablet.
Have you seen Conway?
Well, I wanted to, but...
No, you better not. Now, as I remember, Mrs. Bentley was to put the money in an envelope and leave it on the front seat of her car.
At 11 tonight.
Where will the car be?
At the motel near the Bentley bungalow. Oh, I'll need help on the stakeout.
Okay. Be sure the car's wired. And all we'll have to do is just wait and see who comes and gets the money.
Hi, baby. Oh, Mom, you should have stayed home. I can take care of things here.
I raised you to be an actress, not a waitress.
Maybe you shouldn't have.
Now, don't say that.
At least I can work as a waitress.
You can work as an actress, too. You'll be a star. Big star. You're young and beautiful and talented
And unemployed.
Must you go swimming?
No, I don't have to.
Then do your swimming at Malibu. Gee, maybe a producer will see you or a director.
Mom, if they're looking for a swimmer, they'll get Esther Williams. You'd pick me, but they wouldn't. I'll pick up my career when I take a dip.
You know I love you.
I know.
Let's get married. Let's not wait any longer.
I can't.
Why not?
Chuck, please, not now.
Why not? We love each other. Why should we wait any longer? Come on.
Lady, your skis are showing. Chuck, I've got some great news for you. I can lend you that money for your boat. I just sold a story.
Well, thanks very much, but I don't think I'm going to have to borrow it. I think I'm going to get it someplace else.
Well, if it doesn't come through, why,
Thanks very much.
What story did you sell?
I'll tell you later.
Come on, let's go in the water. Right. Ocean Motel. Mrs. Bentley, please.
Hello? Hello, Art. No, Marge went to a preview.
And when will she be home? Oh, fine. By midnight, we'll have our man in a comfortable cell. Oh, and don't worry. I'll be there in plenty of time.
Gee, it feels like we've been waiting a week.
It'll be over soon.
Why the blackout?
So nobody will spot us watching the car?
I can't see the car.
You will.
How?
It's been wired. As soon as anybody touches that envelope, it'll throw a switch and turn on the floodlights.
How'd you do that?
Hold it. I thought I heard something. Right on time.
Who can it be?
We'll know soon. All right. I'm sorry, Chuck.
What do you mean? What's going on?
I better take...
What's the matter with you?
Chuck, let's quit playing. Give it to me.
Come on. Hey, what's going on here?
You're under arrest.
For what?
Anyway, that's the truth. I went to the car because I got a message from Marge. How could she meet you when she's at a preview? I don't know. And why would she meet you in a car? We've met there lots of times. The motel doesn't remember taking any message for you. You don't remember what you did with it? Sure I remember. I threw it away. Where? In my room, I guess. I don't know. You'd better start knowing the answer to some of these questions, Chuck. Look, do you think I did this? I checked your bank this afternoon. You've got $9.31 in your account. You needed money bad to buy it. You find that message I called about?
The one from Miss Hartley. No, but I found something interesting in his wastebasket. This.
What are you doing here?
Just checking a few things. Where's Marge?
Out there with Bill. You're not going to tell her.
Not about her father. I want to talk to her about Chuck, and
She doesn't even know that miserable creep was arrested.
I thought you liked Chuck.
After last night? Who am I? Florence Nightingale? I've known some bums in my time, but him, he wins the Oscar and the Emmy.
He denies he sent the letter.
That's nice of him.
He claims he got a message from Marge asking him to meet her at the car.
And you believe him?
That makes no difference. I've got to ask Marge if she called him.
How could she? She was out with Bill.
Who is he?
The guy she's going to marry if she's got any sense.
Oh? Chuck thinks he's going to marry Marge.
How is he going to support her? Is he going to teach water skiing at San Quentin? Hi. Hi.
Hi, Marge. Remember me?
Art Zavala.
Oh, sure. Glad to see you.
Nice to see you.
Oh, and this is Bill Dalhart, Marge's fiancé.
Mother.
Glad to meet you.
Same here.
Thanks for the billing.
Didn't I hear about you becoming a sheriff?
I'm a deputy. I've still got a way to go before I'm sheriff. Like 20 or 30 years.
Hey, has Chuck been around?
No, not yet.
Wonder where he is. I went by the motel this morning to see if he got that money.
What money?
Oh, this is about a friend of ours.
I know Chuck. What did he say about expecting money?
Nothing much. I offered to lend him some, but he said he might get it someplace else. Why are you so interested in what Chuck said about it?
No reason. He just came by to leave a message for Chuck. I'll tell him.
Thanks. Nice to have seen all of you.
So long.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you later. Say, I'm Chuck's friend. Is he in trouble?
Why should he be?
I don't know. But if he is, I'd like to help him.
You sound pretty sure he is in trouble.
Sheriffs don't come here on weekday mornings to check the tide.
It's good thinking.
I didn't graduate Princeton summa cum stupid, and I don't like to play games. Is he or isn't he in trouble?
He's been arrested.
What for?
You don't seem very surprised.
Look, let's stop analyzing, huh? What's he been arrested for?
What difference does it make?
I'm his friend. Is he in jail?
Yes.
Can he be bailed out?
When bail is set.
Fine, tell him I'll be right over as soon as I get into my clothes.
Bill, I don't know how to thank you.
Oh, forget it.
Bail's been posted. Here's your receipt, Mr. Dalhart.
Thanks. Say, we were just talking. Who'd want to frame you on a thing like this, Chuck?
Nobody hates me that much. I don't think.
Somebody does. If you're innocent.
You still don't believe me.
You got a ride home?
That's what I figured Bill take.
Well, I've got to run over to the UCLA library and finish my research.
I brought him in. I'll run you home.
Come in.
Hi. I brought your boy back.
Brought him back?
Oh, I'll explain it later. Thanks for the ride, pal.
That's okay, Chuck. Say, where's the phone booth around? Excuse me.
Art, I'd like to talk to Chuck a minute.
I understand. I'll see you later.
Come on.
Thanks again.
Chuck, what is it? What did Art mean?
I was arrested for
What?
blackmail.
Chuck!
Your mother got a letter and they figured that I wrote it.
You, why would you
They
want
think I'm the only one who knows about... Look, Marge, I gotta tell you something. Maybe I ought to mind my own business, but if we're gonna get married, it kind of is my business. At least I don't want us to have any secrets. And I'm telling you because I love you. You know that, don't you?
Chuck, what is it?
It's about your father. When you were a little girl...
I know.
You do? How? Look, who told you?
Honey, let's talk about it later. I've got an interview in 20 minutes.
Look, I want to talk to you. I hear Chuck's out on bail.
That's right, but
You mean a guy can pull a stunt like that and then just by paying some money get off?
I'm not so sure he did it.
Oh, I went for that routine about his being too nice a guy, too,
I
but...
found some new information. Somebody else did know about Marge's father.
Who?
Your friend, Bill Dalhart.
Bill?
He mentioned the UCLA library a couple of times. I just went by there and checked their files. 3 weeks ago, he borrowed the New York Times of March 1937.
Oh, sure, for research. He's doing a story about the middle 30s.
I know. He probably ran across the story about Marge's father by accident, but he did run across it.
Bill? Can't believe it.
I saw his signature on the borrowing slip.
What are you going to do?
Pick him up for questioning when I find him. If you see him, tell him... No, maybe I better leave a note for him. You got a hunk of paper?
Yeah, sure. Aren't you going to write a note for Bill?
There's another angle I want to check first. By the way, is Marge at the motel?
No, why?
I lost a lucky coin at your place. If she's out, do you mind if I let myself in?
Go ahead. Guess I can trust you.
Art!
Came back here to check something.
Here? Well, you're not making much sense.
Nothing about this case does.
Mrs. Bentley said you wanted to see me.
Yes, I did.
Chuck, I guess I ought to say I'm sorry.
Oh?
Well, it looks like I was wrong about you writing the letter.
Did you find out who did send it?
Who?
Somebody around here?
Ask him.
Come on, let us in on what,
Hold it. I checked the UCLA library this afternoon and found out how you knew about Marge's father.
Look, I don't care what his reasons were.
Bill?
Now, wait a minute. I didn't write that letter.
I didn't say you did.
Well, that's what you told me.
Not exactly. I thought he...
Look, this thing's caused too much trouble already. I don't care which one of them did it. I just don't want to press any charges. Let's forget it.
I'm afraid we can't.
You know who sent that letter?
So does your mother. You want to tell them? I found this pad at her place this afternoon. These jagged scraps along the edge rang a bell. I got hold of the extortion note.
What'd you bother with a vacuum cleaner then for?
I had a hunch I'd find more of these.
What are those?
Scraps of newsprint. I'm sorry, Marge. I'll have to take her in. But not this minute. Whenever she's up to it.
Maybe someday you'll understand. If you're lucky enough to have a girl like you.
Mrs. Bentley's motive was a simple one, and not too unusual. Sometimes the ambition of parents takes over their common sense, and they drive their child on primarily for their own satisfaction rather than the good of the child. Mrs. Bentley was tried, and on her own confession found guilty of making a false report. Her sentence was suspended on the condition that she place herself under the care and treatment of a court-appointed psychiatrist. Marge is very happy in a new secretarial position, and incidentally hasn't yet made up her mind between Chuck and Bill. And now may I present the Sheriff of Los Angeles County, Eugene W. Viscaloose.
Friends, the members of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department are pleased to furnish technical advice for Code 3, so you may enjoy an authentic presentation of law enforcement. I hope you'll be with us again next week. Thank you very much.